if you have ever dealt with anyone who had a problem uh, with reciprocation, in other words, someone who doesn't like to do favors in return, not necessarily favors, but just be kind in return. They feel for some strange reason or another that you owe them something. And oftentimes, could be a family first of all, but oftentimes it's people that you don't really know that well at all. Case in point, not that this has not happened before, but a customer comes in my store. They're not a friend. I don't consider them a friend, just an associate, someone who I come to know over a period of time. And they're sort of kind of out there, no stable employment, put it bluntly. And this individual, female, she comes in my store. Now, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, I will give anyone food. I'll feed anyone if you're hungry. But asking for anything outside of that that's necessary for your daily living, chances are far and few between. So, this young lady comes in and she asks me for a couple things to eat out of the store. And I look at her and I said, you don't have any money? She looks at me, kind of turns her head. Do I have any money? She said, no, not right now, but I have some later. Like, she felt like she was being challenged. But I'm just being perfectly honest and straightforward. You don't have any money. And it's not the first time. It's been numerous times that I have fed this young lady or given her food. So she asked me for a few things. And so I said, well, how long is it going to take you to pay me back? And she said, later on today. I said, well, what is later on? Let's put a time on it. And then she gets a little bit more frustrated that I asked a specific question. And she said, probably right around this time. I said, around? I said, can you be more certain than that? I said, because I'm curious. I'd rather you tell me what you know for sure you can do and don't give me a time and then don't fulfill that time. But anyway, so she gives me a time. And I said, well, you can only get this item. And it costs 59 cents. Did you hear what I said? 59 cents. So I said, it's 59 cents for that bag of potato chips. She wanted way more than that. Yes, 59 cents. I did not allow her to get anything else, only that. And the look that I got, and if looks could kill, you've heard that expression before, over 59 cents. I guess she thought the same thing when she came back. I'll get to that. Now, somewhere within 20 minutes, she comes in the door, and she comes to my office where I'm sitting at in the window, this particular window. So she comes to my office and she said, here, I owe you 59 cents. And she said, there's 75. And she slaps it and it kind of turns her head off to the side as if she's angry or upset that she had to go and bring me 59 cents back because I queried her about how long it would take her to pay me back today. And I gave her change and she sort of rolled her eyes to me and just walked out the door. So this is what I'm saying to you. This is the point that I'm making to you. Please understand that this is the world we live in. And these are some of the characters. These are some of the people who star in our stories, in our life stories. These are the people that we will experience from day to day, not just business owners as myself, but just you and everyone else. You're going to see people like this who have fallen between the cracks, who've missed out on some things in life that they should have had at an earlier point in their lives as children. They missed out. And they are adults behaving as children. These are the types of things that 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds do. Not 30 something, not 40 and above. You don't do things like this. You don't behave like this. Not if you're civil, not if you're intelligent, not if you have common sense, and not if you can use critical thinking. Apparently, these types of individuals missed something along the way. And this sense of self entitlement, I owe you something. I don't even know you like that. And you're coming to me and you take an attitude, and it's just 59 cents. It's happened at larger amounts before with other people, and they say, well, teacher, you can't let me hold $10 until tomorrow. You got it. And I said, no, I don't have it. And I said, yes, you do have it. I know you have it. You've got a business. So I have to back up again and look at this individual. That's another situation, ladies and gentlemen. I have to back up and look at this individual. I said, what makes you feel like I'm supposed to give you something? Because I don't have nothing right now. I don't have it right now. But what makes me responsible for you? Whenever the notion hits you to go and ask for something that you believe at the time that you need, and oftentimes it's usually just something to drink, alcohol that is, you're going to buy, or it's tobacco products or something that you don't need immediately, something that has nothing to do with your surviving. These type of individuals, these types of people, we need to be aware of, and we need to be careful of as well, because these people in many instances are desperate on some level. So I believe in helping people when people truly need help, but there's some people who need help outside of just physical things, food and clothing and maybe even shelter. They need help mentally. For a fact, they do. They just simply do. There's people who need medication. They need people who need some psychological therapy. They do. Because these people, unfortunately, in the mental health arena, are walking around us all of the time, and sometimes you may not even know who it is. They could be standing beside you, having a conversation with you, and the next thing you know, they're flipping on you. And I've experienced that as well, more than once or twice. So, dealing with the stresses of the world that we're living in, and the stresses that we can control, we should make a concerted effort to control those stresses. If you don't have to associate with individuals like this, please limit it if you possibly can. And unfortunately, oftentimes this happens in our own families too. We have those individuals that need some psychological evaluation, maybe even a re-evaluation, and maybe some treatment of some sort. I'm not big on pharmaceutical drugs unless it's absolutely necessary, but they need some counseling. They need something. As I forestated, there was something that they were not meeting, but there was something that they were missing when they were coming up. Maybe they are a product of a broken home. They're dysfunctional, without a doubt, to think that you owe them something, and they don't want to reciprocate when you do give them something. They don't want to pay you back. They want to pay you back when they feel like it, or take their time paying you back. They don't feel like they have any obligations towards you at all once you give them something, and then they get missing. They vanish for a long period of time, thinking that their absence is going to make you forget that they owe you something. That's how they operate. And again, sadly, that's family. Oftentimes you call, they don't answer the phone. You put a message on their voicemail or answering machine, they don't respond to it. You text them, they don't respond to it. And oftentimes they'll contact you when they need something again. That's the way it happens. It's just unfortunate that that's the way it happens with family. But we have to treat people with love and kid gloves, oftentimes. long handled spoon you have to feed them with. Keep them at a distance. Still love them, just the same, but just be aware of them at the same time. Don't let them infiltrate your peace of mind, your zone that you occupy. You don't want people in your space causing a disruption in your own personal happiness and satisfaction. It's not worth it. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. So I said all that to say this. Just watch out for these types of people who feel like they're entitled to something that you have and that you owe them something, especially when you don't even know the individual. Someone probably did something to them along the way, as I said, and they've been scarred ever since, or maybe they missed out on education. They've been abused physically and mentally by someone or several someones, and they have never coped with it or been able to find any real treatment. That was it. Let me know if any of this that I've just said to you and this rambling on that you can relate to, and if you're one of those individuals who have suffered some of these atrocities in life, someone abused you, or maybe even you're someone who was the recipient of someone who has gone through those similar things in your family, or a close friend, associate, co-worker, whatever. This is Brother Teacher. Take care.